Putin is not Putin. In 1999, Russian President Boris Yeltsin resigned under the weight of a more centralized power. The oligarchs who truly controlled Russian policy found Yeltsin as an embarrassment who worked foolishly close to NATO. These same oligarchs were those who purchased and privatized nearly 40 industries and businesses as the former Soviet Union collapsed. They own the country. Putin was chosen as Yeltsin's successor and 4 months later voted into power through elections. Since 1999, the oligarchs have supported Putin as long as they can operate freely. Basically, it's state-sponsored corruption, and while the population does not want him in power, he nonetheless wins at the polls and landslide victories. As you may know, Putin is a former KGB agent. He is stone cold. He has no personality, believes in nothing, and does not express true policy. In fact, Putin is exactly what you would expect from a deep state agent that shifts depending on the situation. Most importantly, however, is that he is indefinable and by proxy makes Russia just as unpredictable. In what many consider the major threat to Western power, Russia remains a perplexing issue. The wealth of the nation fears NATO expansion. Russia has been working toward supplying all NATO countries with energy but are continuously being sanctioned and forced to stop paths toward economic stability. He is the ruler of the de facto enemy. We use Russia as do they in order to whip up allegiance from their populations. We procure military technologies and training based on a potential war with them. We place nuclear batteries all across Europe in order to strike a belligerent and aggressive Russia. On top of that, NATO is expanding into Russian border states. All of this would threaten and stir the cool aid of any nation. Under the current regime, nearly all leaders of the world accepted his early rule. He has been far more engaged with Western governments than any other Russian leader. He also ascended while under terror threats by separatists from Chechnya. With only a couple of mistakes against those separatists, the West found him to be amicable. However, the terror attacks would eventually catapult Russia into a very vicious and brutal war. But it's obvious he played nice in order to get more. Just like a good spy, he didn't really believe in a peaceful relationship. In the background, there are very nefarious actions. His most powerful supporters are the technocrat elite, organized crime groups, security officials, and corrupt politicians. So you know the surface is much different than the undercurrent. If I may be so bold, NATO draws many comparisons.